The DC Universe reboot should have been simple: a fresh start, a clean slate, a chance to build the most iconic superheroes ever created the right way. But James Gunn, we got to be real. He's making it way harder than it needs to be. Instead of starting with the Trinity, Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman, he's launching with Supergirl, Creature Commandos, Lanterns, Paradise Lost, and even Clayface getting his own movie. And these aren't bad ideas. Some of them could be amazing, but the problem is simple. The DCU needs foundation before expansion. And right now, James Gunn is building the attic before he's even poured the concrete. So today, here on the Loreverse, we are bringing down why the DCU is being made unnecessarily complicated, what James Gunn should have done, and how a simpler structure could have created a DC film universe fans wouldn't just watch, but something that they will fall in love with. It's your boy Stevie Hayes. Welcome to the Loreverse, and let's dive into this. Now, let's get something straight here. The DC universe is defined by three pillars: Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. They're not just characters, they're mythic archetypes. They are the emotional, thematic, and narrative anchors of the DC universe. Marvel doesn't have a trinity like this. Star Wars doesn't have that. No other franchise has three icons this powerful. And yet, somehow, Gunn's first slate barely includes any of them. Superman gets one movie, and now he's getting another one, Man of Tomorrow. Superman gets two movies. Batman appears eventually in Brave and the Bold, but not leading the launch. And Wonder Woman, not even a movie, just a prequel series though without her. And all we know about the Wonder Woman movie is that possible scripts are being written. And if you're launching an entire cinematic universe, the very first thing you build is your core. MCU Phase 1 succeeded because it built the Avengers before expanding outward. And DC could have done the same exact thing, easier, cleaner, and faster. But instead, we're building sideways before building up. And the DCU needed a simple blueprint: 3 to 5 films, each one focused on a pillar, each one building familiarity, emotion, and brand identity. Look, imagine this Phase 1 right here: Superman, like we saw, Batman, Wonder Woman, and then a couple optional movies. So we could do a Flash movie or a Green Lantern movie or an Aquaman movie or a Martian Manhunter movie. And all of these things could have built towards the Justice League. A moment that truly matters, a moment where the audience feels like these characters know each other, not just characters thrown together for a trailer shot. Then after that, you introduce the sidekicks, you bring in Supergirl, you build the Bat family, you introduce teams like the Authority, and then you get experimental because the audience is invested, because the foundation is actually there. And here's the biggest issue with James Gunn's 2025 and ongoing slate: he's starting with niche characters before the world even knows what his universe feels like. Let's break this down, right? Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, fantastic comic, visually gorgeous, but it's not a mass appeal film. General audiences barely know Kara, and they definitely don't know her comic reboot personality as a cosmic warrior raised on a dying rock. It's a bold choice, but a bold choice does not equal smart. The Authority, which is facing writing delays, but is still in the works. This is a superhero team most DC fans haven't even read. This is a violent, morally gray squad from the Wildstorm universe. Really good concept. But starting with them is like Marvel launching Phase 1 with the Eternals. Even Creature Commandos, a fun idea, but niche. Very niche. Very, very niche. Lantern series, potentially amazing, but again, it needs a reboot anchored by a character audiences already connect to. Starting with a gritty detective procedural type of show is interesting to me, but to the regular fan, it's still risky. And then there's a Clayface movie, a Batman villain before we even meet this new Batman. This is a cool idea, but the wrong time. And people keep saying to me, relax, James Gunn knows what he's doing. It doesn't matter what characters he picks, just make good movies. That's what they say. But the reality is that's not how blockbuster cinema works. It's not just about quality. It's about reach. It's about cultural presence. It's about moments fans remember forever. Moments that make them return again and again. Here's an example: I Am Iron Man. The Avengers assembling in New York. Captain America lifting Mjolnir. No Man's Land and the Wonder Woman movie. The Dark Knight interrogation scene. These aren't just scenes, these are global cultural events. And the DCU right now doesn't have anything lined up that even has the potential to create that kind of a moment yet. Supergirl might, Lanterns might, but they're not guaranteed, cultural lightning bolts. If you want unforgettable moments, you start with unforgettable characters. And here's what stings the most to me. The DC universe has something Marvel doesn't in its sidekicks. And to me, that's what makes DC 10 times better than Marvel. They have Robin, Superboy, Kid Flash, Aqualad, Artemis, Beast Boy, Blue Beetle, a generation of heroes raised by heroes. New fans would have eaten this up. Imagine this: Batman Brave and the Bold as phase 2 is starting, not phase 1's middle movie. Introducing Damian, Dick, Tim, Alfred, Talia, Nightwing spinoff potential, Teen Titans rising up, Young Justice forming, Superboy meeting Robin. Instead of that, James Gunn is front loading the universe with characters audiences don't know yet. And by the time we get the sidekick, the characters young audiences will actually gravitate toward, the DCU might not have enough momentum left. This isn't about trusting Gunn. This is about pacing. It's about design. It's about understanding audience psychology. So here's the truth. James Gunn is talented. He's creative. He loves DC, but he's building the DCU backwards. He's gambling big on niche characters before the franchise has earned the right to be weird. He's skipping straight to chapter 7 before writing chapter 1. And the worst of all, he's forgetting the simplest rule of cinematic universe building. Start with the icons, unify the tone, earn trust, then evolve. I don't understand why people get so mad and say, he can't copy the MCU. The MCU is the only cinematic universe that we've seen built to the craziest degree and effect of all time. The only thing the MCU did wrong is that they evolved the wrong way. James Gunn could have followed the path and just evolved better than what the MCU did. And he has the sidekicks to evolve in that way. Because no matter how good Supergirl is or Creature Commandos end up being, they won't matter unless people are already invested in the universe they belong to. And the DCU could have been simple. It could have been bold. It could have been powerful. Instead, it's kind of complicated. But there's still time to fix it. There's still time to focus on the core. There's still time to remember the heart of the DC universe isn't obscure characters. It's the Trinity. It's the sidekicks. It's the stories fans never stop talking about. And until the DCU understands that, it's going to keep making things harder than it needs to be. And I'm not saying this because, and look, I don't think James Gunn is inept. I don't think James Gunn is stupid. I think James Gunn is a smart, like individual. I just really think that he felt the pressure to build it different than Kevin Feige did. When the reality is, when it comes to a functioning cinematic universe, Kevin Feige has done it the best way. So why not follow the first phase of it with your Trinity characters? You get a Justice League, and then you do some more. We get a Justice League movie. Then we introduce all the other people. This is coming from someone that loves Robin and wants to see Robin in the freaking DCU. I'm willing to wait if you're going to build it the right way. But yeah, man, this sucks. This does suck to a degree. I'm hyped to get the Lantern show. And look, I could be proven wrong. Lanterns could be a smash bang hit. Supergirl could be a smash bang hit. Clayface could be a smash bang hit. And everything just goes crazy. And I'm totally wrong. And we're just in a new era of movies. But until that happens, I'm going to keep voicing my opinion. And I just don't think that this is a good decision right now, given the fact that movies are in this place to where people just aren't showing up to see a movie. And even look at the Thunderbolts, a good movie that failed in box office. It's not just about having a good movie. What moments do you have? What moments do you have? So I pray to God that these movies are successful. That is in theaters the next year. Because that's pretty much all we got for right now. I'm scared. I'm scared for the DCU and if these movies are going to fail or not. I really am. And I'm not saying this to be, and I'm not saying Zack Snyder should come back. I'm not saying all that because I love James Gunn and I love Superman. I do love that movie, but I will forever say doing a Supergirl movie after this is crazy. And if you don't think that's insane, then I'm not gonna say you're a glazer, but you're possibly a glazer. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, man. Please like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell, and peace out.